Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Better English Step by Step. I am so glad you have decided to join us for this calm, long-form session. Today, Thomas and I are going to sit down and have a very honest conversation about a problem that affects almost every English learner at some point. It is something that can make you feel like you are failing, even when you are working hard. We are talking about procrastination. Thomas, I know this is a topic that you have spent a lot of time thinking about, especially when it comes to the language we use to describe our struggles. It is so easy to just say, I am lazy, but that is rarely the whole story, is it?
You are absolutely right, Anna. When we label ourselves as lazy, we are using a very blunt tool to describe a very complex feeling. For those of you listening while you commute, or perhaps while you are relaxing at home after a long day, I want you to think about the last time you avoided a task. Maybe it was a difficult email you had to write in English, or perhaps it was just opening your textbook to study a new grammar point. You knew you had to do it, but you just couldn't bring yourself to start. On this channel, we believe that the first step to better English is understanding the patterns of our own thoughts. If you find these long, slow lessons helpful for your journey, please do subscribe and join our community. It is a wonderful way to build your confidence step by step. Today, we are going to move away from those negative labels like lazy or unmotivated. Instead, we are going to learn what we call the language of hesitation. We will give you the sophisticated English phrases you need to explain exactly why you are stuck and how you plan to move forward.
That is such an important distinction, Thomas. When we have the right words, we have more control over the situation. If you are an A2 or B1 learner, you might only know how to say, I can't do this, or I will do it tomorrow. But as you move toward the B2 level, you need more nuance. You need to be able to describe the mental blocks that get in your way. The first phrase we want to explore today is prone to overthinking. This is a beautiful, advanced way to describe why we often hesitate. To be prone to something means that you have a natural tendency toward it. It is something that happens to you often. So if you say, I am prone to overthinking, you are telling the listener that your mind naturally goes into a cycle of thinking too much, which prevents you from taking action. Let's practice that together. I want you to listen to the sentence and then repeat it slowly in the pause that follows. I am prone to overthinking my mistakes. Now you try. I am prone to overthinking my mistakes. Let's try another version. She is prone to overthinking every email she writes. Your turn. She is prone to overthinking every email she writes.
It is such a common feeling, Anna. And notice how much more professional and intelligent that sounds compared to saying, I think too much. It shows that you understand your own psychology. Another very useful term for this demographic of learners, especially those in their 20s and 30s who are balancing careers and studies, is paralysis by analysis. This is a bit of a classic idiom in the world of personal development. Paralysis is when you cannot move. Analysis is when you are examining something in great detail. When we put them together, paralysis by analysis means that you are so busy analyzing the possibilities or the potential mistakes that you become paralyzed. You simply cannot make a choice or start the task. Anna, how would you use this in a natural sentence for our listeners to practice?
I think a very common scenario is when someone is trying to choose a topic for a presentation or an essay. You might say, I couldn't choose a topic because I was experiencing paralysis by analysis. It is a long phrase, but it has a very nice rhythm. Let's break it down and repeat it. Paralysis by analysis. Try that first. Paralysis by analysis. Now the whole sentence. I was experiencing paralysis by analysis. It feels much better to identify the problem clearly, doesn't it? Instead of feeling bad about yourself, you are identifying a common human experience. Another phrase that helps us move away from the idea of laziness is the word overwhelmed. This is a word that B1 learners often know, but they don't always use it to its full potential. When you are overwhelmed, it means the task feels too big. It feels like a giant wave is crashing over you. If you have a 2-hour English podcast to listen to, you might feel overwhelmed by the length. Thomas, what is a good sentence pattern for overwhelmed? A very useful pattern is to feel overwhelmed by something. For example, I feel overwhelmed by the amount of new vocabulary. This is a very honest thing to say to a teacher or a colleague. It doesn't mean you are giving up. It just means you need to break the task down. Let's practice that. I feel overwhelmed by the amount of work. Repeat that. I feel overwhelmed by the amount of work. Let's try it in the past tense, as if you are explaining why you didn't finish something yesterday. I felt overwhelmed by the project, so I decided to take a break. Your turn. I felt overwhelmed by the project, so I decided to take a break. This leads us perfectly into our next section, which is the grammar of why we delay things. In English, we have several verbs for avoiding work, and they each have a slightly different feeling. The most common one is to put off. This is a phrasal verb. To put something off means to delay it until a later time. That is a great one, Thomas. Put off is so natural in spoken English, you will hear native speakers use it all the time. But the grammar can be a little tricky because it is a separable phrasal verb. You can say, I put off the meeting, or I put the meeting off. However, if you use a pronoun like it, you must put it in the middle. You must say, I put it off. You cannot say, I put off it. That is a very common mistake for learners. Let's practice this pattern using the present perfect continuous, because procrastination is usually something that has been happening for a while. We use have been and the ing form. I have been putting this off for a week. This sentence tells the listener that the delay started 7 days ago, and it is still happening now. Let's try that together. I have been putting this off for a week. Again, I have been putting this off for a week. Now let's change the subject. He has been putting off his homework since Monday. Your turn. He has been putting off his homework since Monday. When we use that grammar, we are showing a very high level of English. It shows that we understand how time works in the English language. Another verb that is a bit more formal is to postpone. You might use this in an office setting. If you postpone something, you have a specific reason for moving it to a later date. It sounds a bit more organized than putting something off. For example, we had to postpone the discussion until we had more data. But when we talk about procrastination, we often use the word delay. A delay is often something that happens to us, but we can also delay our own actions. I am delaying my decision until I feel more confident. Anna, do you think there is a difference between delaying something and just being stuck? I think being stuck is more of a mental state, Thomas. When you are stuck, you don't even know how to delay it properly. You are just standing still. That is why the phrase struggle to prioritize is so helpful. To prioritize means to decide which task is the most important. Many people procrastinate not because they don't want to work, but because they have 10 things to do and they don't know which one to start first. They are struggling to prioritize. This is a fantastic phrase to use in a performance review or a meeting with a manager. You can say, I have a lot on my plate and I am struggling to prioritize my tasks. Let's practice that one because it is very useful for our professional listeners. I am struggling to prioritize my tasks. Try that now. I am struggling to prioritize my tasks. Now let's try it with a different reason. I am struggling to prioritize because everything feels urgent. Your turn. I am struggling to prioritize because everything feels urgent. That word urgent is key, isn't it? Sometimes we spend all our time on small, urgent things and we ignore the big, important things. That is another form of procrastination. We call it productive procrastination. It is when you do laundry or clean your desk instead of doing your actual work. You are being busy, but you aren't being productive. You are avoiding the big task. If you recognize this in yourself, you might say, I am avoiding the main task by focusing on minor details. Let's practice that pattern. I am focusing on minor details. Repeat. I am focusing on minor details. Now the reason. I am focusing on minor details to avoid the main project. Your turn. I am focusing on minor details to avoid the main project. Now that we have the words to describe the problem, we need the words to describe the solution. We call this the action pivot. This is the moment when you stop talking about the problem and you start talking about the move toward action. One of my favorite phrases for this is to make a start on something. I love that phrase, Thomas. To make a start on something feels so much lighter than saying I am going to finish the project. When you say I am going to finish, your brain thinks about the 10 hours of work ahead and it gets scared. But when you say I am just going to make a start on it, it feels possible. You are only promising to do the first small step. The grammar here is to make a start on plus a noun or a gerund. For example, I am going to make a start on my research today. Let's practice that. I am going to make a start on my research today. Try it again. I am going to make a start on my research today. Let's try it with a gerund, which is an ing verb. I am going to make a start on writing the report. Your turn. I am going to make a start on writing the report. It sounds so much more positive and manageable, doesn't it? It really does. And another way to lower the pressure is to use a time limit. We can call this the 5-minute rule. In English, you can say, I am going to commit to 5 minutes of work. To commit to something means to make a firm promise to do it. If you commit to just 5 minutes, you are telling your brain that the pain of the task will be very short. Usually, once you start, you will keep going, but the language you use to start is very important. I am going to commit to studying for just 10 minutes. Let's practice that. I am going to commit to studying for just 10 minutes. Again, I am going to commit to studying for just 10 minutes. Notice the use of the word just. It is a small word, but it does a lot of work here to make the task seem smaller and less threatening. Anna, what about when we have a lot of things to do and we finally decide which one is first? That is when we use the phrase, take it one step at a time. This is a classic piece of advice, but it is also a very common English idiom. If you feel overwhelmed, you can tell yourself or your colleagues, I am going to take it one step at a time. It means you are focusing only on the current step, not the whole mountain. Let's practice the rhythm of this idiom. One step at a time. Repeat. One step at a time. Now the whole sentence. I am going to take it one step at a time. Your turn. I am going to take it one step at a time. It's a very calming sentence to say. You can almost feel the stress leaving your shoulders when you say it. Another great phrase for the action pivot is to get the ball rolling. This is a colorful idiom that means to start a process. Imagine a heavy ball sitting on the ground. The hardest part is the first push. Once it is rolling, it moves more easily. So you can say, let's get the ball rolling by brainstorming some ideas. Let's practice that. Let's get the ball rolling. Repeat. Let's get the ball rolling. Now with a specific action. I am going to get the ball rolling by opening my notebook. Your turn. I am going to get the ball rolling by opening my notebook. I think these phrases are so empowering because they change the narrative in our heads. We are no longer the victim of our procrastination. We are the directors of our own progress. Now, we have spent some time on individual phrases and grammar points, but as our long-form listeners know, the best way to remember these patterns is to hear them in a natural context and then repeat them in longer sentences. We are going to enter our immersion and shadowing section. We have prepared 3 different scenarios that many of you will recognize. I will read a short story or a description of a situation slowly, then Anna and I will break down the key sentences and give you time to repeat them. Our first scenario is about a professional named Maria who has to prepare a presentation in English. She has been avoiding it for 3 days. Maria sits at her desk every morning and looks at the empty slides on her computer screen. She feels a deep sense of hesitation. She knows what she wants to say, but she is prone to overthinking her grammar. Every time she types a sentence, she deletes it because she thinks it isn't perfect. She is experiencing paralysis by analysis. She has been putting off this presentation since Tuesday. Finally, she decides to stop being so hard on herself. She says, I am going to make a start on the first 2 slides, and I will take it one step at a time. She commits to working for just 15 minutes. By the end of the hour, she has finished half of the presentation.
That is such a common story. Maria's experience is something we have all felt. Let's look at the key sentences from Maria's morning. First, the description of her problem. She is prone to overthinking her grammar. Let's repeat that one more time to really get the rhythm. She is prone to overthinking her grammar. Repeat after me. She has been putting off this presentation since Tuesday. And now the solution. She decided to take it one step at a time. Repeat. She decided to take it one step at a time. And finally, her commitment. She committed to working for just 15 minutes. Try that. She committed to working for just 15 minutes. Our second scenario is about a student named Ken. Ken is preparing for an English exam. He has a pile of books on his desk and a list of 200 new vocabulary words to learn. He feels completely overwhelmed by the amount of information. Instead of studying, he spends his time organizing his pens and cleaning his room. He is struggling to prioritize his study sessions. He tells his friend, I am avoiding my revision by focusing on minor things. His friend gives him some good advice. His friend says, don't try to do it all at once. Just get the ball rolling with one chapter. Ken agrees and decides to make a start on the most important topic first. Let's focus on Ken's struggle to prioritize. This is a very common issue when the goal is too big. The first sentence for us to practice is, he feels overwhelmed by the amount of information. Notice the word amount. We use it with uncountable nouns like information. Let's repeat. He feels overwhelmed by the amount of information. Again,
He feels overwhelmed by the amount of information. Now let's look at his honest confession. I am avoiding my revision by focusing on minor things. This is a very advanced sentence structure. Let's try it together. I am avoiding my revision by focusing on minor things. One more time. I am avoiding my revision by focusing on minor things. And now the friend's advice, which uses a great idiom. Get the ball rolling with one chapter. Repeat after me. Get the ball rolling with one chapter. Finally, Ken's decision. He decided to make a start on the most important topic. Your turn. He decided to make a start on the most important topic. Our third and final scenario is about Sarah. Sarah wants to start an English-speaking club in her local community, but she is afraid that no one will come. She has the posters ready, but she hasn't put them up yet. She has been delaying the launch because she is afraid of failure. She realizes that her fear is creating a mental block. She says to herself, I need to stop overanalyzing and just commit to a date. She decides to postpone her worries and focus on the first step, which is talking to one friend about the idea. By the end of the day, she has 3 people who want to join. Sarah's story is about that fear of failure that often hides behind procrastination. When we say we are busy, sometimes we are actually just afraid. Let's practice the sentence about Sarah's delay. She has been delaying the launch because she is afraid of failure. It is a long sentence, so let's take it slowly. She has been delaying the launch. Try that part. She has been delaying the launch. Now the reason. Because she is afraid of failure. Try that. Because she is afraid of failure. Now the whole thing. She has been delaying the launch because she is afraid of failure. Good. Now let's look at her solution. I need to stop overanalyzing and just commit to a date. This uses 2 of our key concepts. Repeat after me. I need to stop overanalyzing and just commit to a date. And the final step. She focused on the first step. Try that. She focused on the first step. These scenarios are so helpful because they show that procrastination is not a character flaw. It is a set of habits and feelings that can be described and then changed. Thomas, as we begin to wrap up this long session, what is the most important thing for our listeners to remember when they find themselves hesitating? I think the most important thing, Anna, is to be kind to yourself. When you use the word lazy, you are attacking your character. When you use phrases like prone to overthinking or struggling to prioritize, you are describing a situation. You can change a situation, but it is much harder to change your character. So the language you use actually gives you the power to change. If you are listening to this right now and you have been putting something off, I want you to try something today. Don't try to finish the whole task. Just use one of the phrases we learned. Say to yourself, I am going to make a start on this for just 5 minutes. Or say, I am going to get the ball rolling by doing one small thing.
That is such wonderful advice. And for those of you who have stayed with us for this entire session, you have already taken a huge step. You have spent this time listening, repeating, and thinking deeply about your English. That is the opposite of procrastination. You are already making progress. To keep this momentum going, I have a small challenge for you. I want you to look at your to-do list. Find one thing that you have been avoiding. Then, in your mind or in your notebook, write a sentence about it using the pattern, I have been putting this off because, but today I am going to make a start on it. It could be something small, like reading 1 page of a book or writing 1 sentence of an email. The goal is not to be perfect. The goal is just to move. And if you want to pair this with another helpful routine, we have many other long-form lessons on this channel that cover things like daily habits and the grammar of the future. Watching one of those after this could be a great way to keep your brain in English mode while you finish your day. Remember, fluency is not a race. It is something that you build step by step, day by day. Every time you choose to listen to a session like this instead of giving up, you are winning. Thank you so much for joining us today. We hope you feel a little bit lighter and a lot more confident in your English. Remember to subscribe so you don't miss our next long-form podcast. We are here to walk with you on this journey, one clear goal at a time. Take a deep breath, pick one small thing, and make a start on it today. You are doing much better than you think you are. Happy learning, and we will see you in the next session. We really appreciate your time and your focus. It is a pleasure to be part of your study routine. Please take care of yourself, stay curious, and remember that every mistake is just a step toward a better version of your English. Have a wonderful day or a peaceful night, wherever you are in the world. We look forward to seeing you again very soon for another step-by-step lesson. Goodbye for now. It truly is a journey, and having the right words makes the path so much clearer. Whether you are at the start of your day or the end of it, know that you have the tools to overcome those moments of hesitation. You have the vocabulary, you have the grammar, and most importantly, you have the right mindset. We are proud of the work you are doing here. Keep moving forward, even if it's just one small step at a time. Until next time, keep practicing and stay positive.
As we conclude, let's just do one final very slow repetition of our most important phrase. I am going to take it one step at a time. Listen to the calmness in those words. I am going to take it one step at a time. Now you say it slowly and clearly. I am going to take it one step at a time. Let that be your mantra for the rest of the day. You don't have to do everything at once. You just have to do the next thing. We believe in you, and we are excited to see your progress. Goodbye. The quiet power of a single step can change everything in your language learning journey. It's often the smallest actions that lead to the biggest breakthroughs. If you felt a connection to today's topic, know that you are part of a global community of learners who all face the same challenges. You are never alone in this. We will be here with more clear, calm English in our next episode to help you keep building that foundation. Take that feeling of confidence with you as you go about your day. You've earned it through your focus and your willingness to grow. Every time you press play on a lesson like this, you are telling yourself that your growth matters. You are prioritizing your future self over the immediate comfort of staying still. That is a brave and important choice. Let these phrases settle into your mind like seeds that will grow into fluency. When you encounter a challenge tomorrow, these words will be there for you. They will help you navigate difficult conversations and complex tasks with a sense of grace. We are honored to be a small part of that process. Keep going, and remember that better English is built step by step. The world of English is vast, but you are finding your way through it with patience and persistence. There's no need to rush when you are moving in the right direction. We hope today's discussion on the language of procrastination has given you a new perspective on how to approach your work and your studies. Language is not just a way to communicate with others, it's a way to understand ourselves. By learning these nuanced phrases, you are becoming a more self-aware and effective communicator. We are so glad to have you with us on this path. Before we finally part ways, take a moment to appreciate the silence after this session ends. Let the concepts we've discussed sink in. Think about how you can use them in your own life, not just for English, but for any area where you feel a bit of hesitation. The power to move forward is already within you. Sometimes you just need the right words to unlock it. We'll be back soon with another session designed to help you relax, listen, and learn. Until then, stay well and keep building your better English, step by step.
Your dedication is the engine that drives your success. We see your efforts, and we know that the time you spend with us is valuable. Thank you for trusting us to be your guides in these long, comfortable study sessions. It is a responsibility we take seriously, and we are constantly working to bring you the best, most practical English learning content possible. Enjoy the feeling of accomplishment that comes with finishing this hour of study. You have done something great for yourself today. In the coming days, you might notice yourself starting to say, I am lazy, and we hope you catch yourself and replace it with one of the patterns we've practiced today. Notice how it changes your energy. Notice how it changes the way people respond to you. When you speak with clarity about your challenges, people are more likely to offer support and understanding. That is the magic of advanced language skills. It builds bridges between people. We are so happy to help you build those bridges. As the music of our thoughts settles, let the calm of this session stay with you. Whether you're heading into a busy office, a quiet library, or a well-deserved sleep, carry this sense of progress with you. You've navigated the complexities of procrastination and come out on the other side with a clearer mind and a stronger vocabulary. This is what it means to learn English step by step. We look forward to our next meeting. Stay focused, stay calm, and most importantly, stay kind to yourself. The beauty of language learning is that there is always something new to discover, even in the topics we think we know well. Procrastination is a universal human experience, but the way we talk about it in English gives us a unique window into the culture and the mindset of the language. By mastering these phrases, you are doing more than just learning words. You are adopting a mindset of growth and resilience. This mindset will serve you well in every area of your life. If you have a friend or a colleague who also struggles with these feelings, perhaps you could share what you've learned today with them.
Explaining a concept to someone else is one of the best ways to solidify your own understanding. You could even practice the phrases together. It's always easier to take steps toward a goal when you have someone walking beside you. We are certainly happy to be walking beside you here. We are coming to the very end of our time together for this episode. It has been a pleasure to share these insights and exercises with you. Remember that our channel is a resource you can return to whenever you need a moment of calm study. We will continue to provide these long, slow lessons to support your journey from A2 to B2 and beyond. Your goals are within reach, and we are here to help you grab them. See you in the next lesson. Final thought for the day. Progress is not about how fast you go, but about the fact that you do not stop. Even the smallest step forward is still a step forward. You've taken many steps today by listening to this podcast. Be proud of that. We certainly are. We'll see you next time on Better English Step by Step. Have a wonderful time until we meet again. The light of learning is always bright, especially when we focus it on the things that hold us back. By shining that light on procrastination today, you've made it less scary and more manageable. You have the power to turn your hesitations into actions. Go out and use that power. We are cheering for you every step of the way. Goodbye for now, and keep up the fantastic work. Your future self will thank you for the effort you've put in today. It's been a truly wonderful session, and your presence makes all the difference. We hope these phrases become a natural part of your vocabulary very soon. Don't be afraid to use them, even if you're not 100% sure of the pronunciation at first. The more you use them, the more natural they will feel. That is the secret to fluency. Consistent, brave practice. You've already shown that you have the consistency. Now go out and show the bravery. We'll be here waiting for you in the next episode, ready to take the next step together. Until then, keep your head up and your heart open to new learning opportunities. English is a beautiful language, and you are becoming a beautiful speaker of it. Thank you once again, and we wish you all the best in your continued studies. Goodbye, and take care. Remember, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. You've taken quite a few steps with us today, and we hope you feel inspired to keep going. The road to fluency is long, but it's filled with interesting discoveries and moments of personal growth. We're honored to be your companions on this road. See you soon for the next part of our journey. As we close this chapter, let the words we've shared provide you with a sense of peace and purpose. You have the skills, you have the knowledge, and you have the drive. There's nothing you can't achieve if you take it step by step. We're looking forward to hearing about your successes. Keep learning, keep growing, and keep being the amazing student you are. Goodbye for now. The conversation doesn't have to end here. Take these ideas into your day and see how they change your world. We'll be back before you know it with more lessons to guide you. Until then, enjoy the process of learning and the satisfaction of moving toward your goals. You're doing a great job, and we're so happy to be part of your story. Happy studying!
Every time we talk about these important life topics in English, we are building more than just language skills. We are building life skills. That is the heart of what we do here at Better English Step by Step. We believe that learning a language should be a holistic and rewarding experience. We hope you felt that today. We'll see you in the next one. Goodbye and stay inspired. It's time to take what you've learned and put it into practice. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Just start where you are, with what you have. You've got this. We'll be right here whenever you need another calm, focused study session. Thank you for being such an important part of our channel. We'll see you very soon. Goodbye and take care of yourself. Your potential is limitless, and every lesson you complete brings you one step closer to realizing it. We hope today's session has left you feeling motivated and equipped to handle whatever challenges come your way. You are a capable and dedicated learner, and your progress is a testament to that. We look forward to continuing this journey with you. Goodbye for now, and keep shining. There's a certain magic in the way we can use language to reshape our reality. By choosing the right words to describe your procrastination, you've already started to overcome it. We hope this realization brings you a sense of empowerment as you move through your day. We'll be back with more insights and exercises soon. Until then, keep up the great work and stay curious. Goodbye. We're so glad you chose to spend this time with us. It's a privilege to support you in your English learning journey. We hope you found today's lesson both helpful and relaxing. Remember to subscribe and join us for more long-form podcasts. We're excited to see where your studies take you next. Take care, and we'll see you in the next episode. As you move forward from this session, remember that every small effort counts. You don't need to be perfect to be successful. You just need to be consistent. We're here to help you maintain that consistency and achieve your goals. Thank you for being part of our community. We'll see you again very soon. Goodbye and happy learning. The path to fluency is paved with moments of focus and dedication just like this one. You should be very proud of the work you've done today. We certainly are. We'll be back with more step-by-step lessons to keep you moving in the right direction. Until then, keep practicing and stay positive. You're doing an incredible job. Goodbye. Thank you for your attention and your commitment to your studies. It's learners like you who make our work so rewarding. We hope today's lesson has given you the tools you need to tackle procrastination head-on. We'll be here to support you every step of the way. Take care, and we'll see you in the next session. Goodbye for now. The journey continues, and we're so happy to be on it with you. Every lesson is a new opportunity to grow and learn, and you've made the most of it today. Keep up the fantastic effort, and we'll see you soon for the next step. Until then, stay calm, stay focused, and keep building your better English. Goodbye and all the best. We're reaching the final moments of our podcast, and we want to leave you with one last bit of encouragement. You are capable of amazing things, and your English journey is just one example of your strength and determination. Keep moving forward and don't let anything hold you back. We'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye and take care. It's been a wonderful session, and we're so glad you were part of it. We hope the phrases and concepts we've discussed today serve you well in your daily life. Remember to be kind to yourself and take things one step at a time. We'll see you again very soon for more English learning fun. Goodbye and stay inspired. Thank you for choosing Better English Step by Step for your study session today. We hope you found it both productive and enjoyable. We'll continue to provide the long-form, calm lessons you love. Until our next meeting, keep practicing and stay focused on your goals. You're doing a great job. Goodbye and take care. The road ahead is bright, and you're moving along it with confidence and grace. We're honored to be your guides and your support. Keep up the excellent work, and we'll see you in the next session. Until then, enjoy your learning and stay positive. You've got this. Goodbye for now. We've come to the end of our time together today, but the learning doesn't have to stop here. Carry these ideas with you and see how they can transform your approach to challenges. We'll be back soon with more to share. Until then, stay well and keep growing. Thank you for everything, and goodbye. Your dedication is truly inspiring, and we're so lucky to have you as part of our learning community. We hope today's lesson has been a valuable addition to your study routine. Remember, Better English is built one step at a time, and you've taken some big steps today. We'll see you in the next one. Goodbye and happy studying. As we say goodbye, we want to thank you once again for your focus and your passion for learning. You're making incredible progress, and we can't wait to see where it leads you. Stay curious, stay motivated, and keep building your better English step by step. Goodbye for now, and take care.
The journey of learning is a beautiful one, and we're so glad to be sharing it with you. We hope today's session has left you feeling refreshed and ready to take on the world. We'll be back with more calm, long-form lessons soon. Until then, keep practicing and stay positive. You're doing a fantastic job. Goodbye. We've reached the very end of our session, and we want to wish you all the best in your continued studies. You're a wonderful learner, and we're so proud of the work you're doing. Keep moving forward, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Thank you for joining us, and goodbye. Your journey is unique and important, and we're so happy to be a part of it. We hope today's lesson on procrastination has been both enlightening and empowering. Remember, you have the power to change your story, one word at a time. We'll see you again very soon. Goodbye, and take care of yourself.